Hello, amazing friends! Welcome to our channel, Let's Learn with Param. Today, we're going to embark on a magical journey filled with curiosity and adventure as we explore the charming story of Peter Rabbit together. Are you ready to journey into the world of Peter Rabbit? So here we go. Once upon a time, in a big, beautiful garden, there lived a cute little rabbit named Peter. This garden was Peter's whole world, brimming with lush green plants and vibrant flowers that danced in the breeze. It was a paradise for any rabbit, and Peter loved every inch of it. Now, Peter wasn't alone in this garden. He lived with his mother, Mrs. Rabbit, and his three sisters, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. They resided in a cozy burrow under the roots of a grand old tree, a home filled with love and laughter. Peter was quite the character, always full of energy and curiosity. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief, and his twitching nose was always sniffing out fun. But despite his playful nature, he was a loving brother and a caring son. One day, Peter decided to go on an adventure, even though his mother warned him not to. What was this adventure about? Well, that's a tale for the next scene. Ignoring his mother's warning, Peter hopped into Mr. McGregor's garden, where he ate lots of vegetables. With a heart full of daring and a belly rumbling with hunger, our little friend Peter found himself in the heart of a delightful garden, brimming with succulent vegetables. Oh, how his eyes sparkled at the sight of those fresh, juicy carrots, those plump, radiant tomatoes, and those lush, leafy lettuces. It was a veritable feast for a rabbit, and Peter, with his adventurous spirit, couldn't help but dive right in. Now, this wasn't just any garden. This was Mr. McGregor's garden. Mr. McGregor, with his sharp eyes and quicker hands, was known far and wide for his dislike of little critters nibbling on his prized vegetables. But Peter, being a bit of a daredevil, didn't think much of this. He hopped and skipped, munched and crunched, all the while keeping a watchful eye out for the garden's fierce owner. As Peter was enjoying his feast, his little nose twitched. Something was not right. Suddenly, there was a rustling in the bushes, and out came Mr. McGregor, broom in hand and a frown on his face. Peter's heart pounded in his chest as he saw Mr. McGregor's stern face. It was time to run! Peter zigzagged through the rows of vegetables, his tiny heart beating like a drum. He could hear Mr. McGregor's footsteps behind him, getting closer and closer. In the mad dash, Peter's little blue jacket got caught in the brambles, and his shoes got stuck in the mud. But Peter didn't stop. He wriggled out of his jacket, slipped out of his shoes, and raced away as fast as his little legs could carry him. Peter was so scared that he lost his shoes and jacket while running away. But he learned a valuable lesson that day: to listen to his mother's advice and to not let his curiosity get the better of him. Peter finally made it home, but he was not feeling well after eating too many vegetables. Tired and with a rumbling tummy, Peter hopped into his snug little burrow. His mother, with her soft fur and kind eyes, instantly knew something was amiss. She wrapped him up in a warm blanket, tucking him into his cozy bed. His sisters, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, peered at him with wide eyes, their tiny noses twitching with worry. His mother brewed him a cup of chamomile tea, the sweet aroma filling the burrow. Peter sipped it slowly, his body relaxing under his mother's tender care. He looked at his sisters, playing happily and content. A pang of regret washed over him. He wished he had listened to his mother and not gone into Mr. McGregor's garden. Peter learned a very important lesson that day. He realized that listening to your parents and staying out of trouble is always the best choice. So what did Peter learn from his adventure? Well, Peter learned a very important lesson. He discovered that when our elders guide us, it's because they love us and want to keep us safe. They've been on many adventures themselves and have gained wisdom along the way. So when we're tempted to take unnecessary risks, it's best to remember Peter's adventure and think twice. Always remember, it's important to listen to those who care about us. They always want what's best for us. We hope you enjoyed the story of Peter Rabbit today. Your time with us is always appreciated. Remember, more engaging content is just a click away. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join us on more exciting adventures. Until next time, keep learning with Param.